Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning market report. It is Christmas Eve. I got my Christmas festivities on. We got green bubbles. That's not a bad thing ever. Matter of fact, if we jump over here and look at the stock market open this morning, all in the green right there above my head. Look at that. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, all in the green. We're looking at this chart here, guys. And I actually took a snapshot of this morning before we got this green candle pumping here right there behind my head. Let me bring that in. We'll bring it into focus so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. There you go. Big green candle starting to get some movement here. This was the this was the candle that had not taken place yet when I put out my thumbnail today. Christmas pump. It's all because of this, and we're going to talk about this. Got an article on it. We're going to show you the levels that we're watching, and we're going to talk about could we see a little Christmas pump. We won't call it a Santa rally, but I'll take a Christmas pump any day of the week, guys. It's time to do it. It's time. Let's go. Class is in session. Let's get it. Get your notebooks. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Thanks for joining us here on Christmas Eve morning. But let's give a shout out real fast in here. We got Dylan VA, Trade Intuition in the house. Alexander G, the Mod Queen, Crypto Billy Hart, Pew Pew Cruz is in here with us right now. We got Harp. I got Trade Intuition already. Username is in here. He said it must be Tradefly is on. No, actually, it's not Tradefly. It is because OC guy is no longer at his normal home, and he's broadcasting today, guys, from the International Space Station. Check this out. What's up there, OC guy, broadcasting live from the International Space Station. Yeah, guys, check this out. Look at his setup in this room there. Look, like just float around a little bit, OC, and it'll be great. I love it. What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Sorry, I wasn't able to make things work. As you guys already know, I'm in a different place. I'm at my, space station, Cosmos space station here. But other than that, really happy to see market pumping. I mean, this is going to be I think, a good rally for Christmas. This is going to make a ton of people happy. And man, Turbo's been playing pretty good for this little pump.
Yeah, and there's some reason behind it too. Like I've got some key levels that I've been watching on the charts. We got a double bounce bet pretty much right there in that same range. I'll show you guys what those levels are. If you're in our community, in our Discord, you got all these levels. I actually shared this chart so that you could put these levels on your chart. And then, we also are hitting a very strong bottom indicator, by the way, guys. So we're going to be looking at that. We're going to be breaking down some charts, looking at some headlines. Not much economic news today, but we will talk about what's coming up the rest of the week. But I want you guys to know, it was not easy to find a jacket that did not have green on it for Christmas theming. So, no green. So my green screen still works. Got a black, red, and white jacket. Let's go. Let's go ahead and jump into the news, OC, and we'll talk about that first, and we'll come back and do some Bitcoin. You go ahead and float around there at the International Space Station, and let me know how Tang and freeze-dried ice cream taste. We'll be right back with OC, guys. Let's jump over to the news. All right, guys, taking a look at the news. I want to get this pulled up here first because we're going to talk about some data. We got a lot of data coming in. Looking here right now, we are at a market cap. Let me refresh this because I'm pretty sure this is higher now. Yeah, there you go. 3.44, not same. $3.44 trillion in the market cap right now. Total volume up 17.3% in the past 24 hours. Jumping over here, taking a look at what we have here. This is our dominance in CMC, crypto, fear, and greed. We're at 55 neutral still right now. Bitcoin dominance, it says it's around 56.2. We'll check that on the trading view index there. And then CMC altcoin season, we're sitting at 47 out of 100. We did get quite the alt rally yesterday, but we are seeing that there is some pullback now, or not pullback, but slow down on the alt pump with Bitcoin getting its little rally going on right now. They're passing off. They're slingshotting, if you will. Give a little space flying reference there for OC up there at the moon. Guys, we are looking pretty green here on the daily. The hourly is looking pretty good. Jump up this market cap, you'll see Bitcoin is up 2.7. ETH is up 4.4. ADA's up 6.2. Doge is up 7.7. Sol around 6.2, and XRP up 6.5. We're getting some good moves here. Let's go down and take a look at where we currently are and everything. Bitcoin is pumped to 97K. We are sitting back above $97,000 right now, up 2.7%. Ethereum's up 4.4%, and it's sitting just below 3,500. We'll call it 30. Yeah, $3,500. That's the word. It's sitting at 3,459. XRP is at $2.31, up 6.5%. BNB up 2.6%, sitting at $692. Solana still fighting to get up to that $200 range, but it is up 6.2% on its move on its way there. Cardano at 93 cents, up 6.2% again. Doge at 7.7% to the upside. Chainlink's up 8.8%. Lucky Eights, let's go. Sitting at 24.55. SWE has moved up one more position again to number 14. It's up 11.1%. Let's go, SWE. My bag loves you. HBAR moved up 2 spots here to number 16. That's HYDR there, guys. It's up 21.7% in the past 24 hours. Anything else here? Hyperliquid's up 11.4. Rounding out the Bitcoin Cash as the number 20 spot here. So let's see. Anything moving up big today? Let's go. BitTensor's moved up 5 spots. Let's go see if there's anything that just really moved up this top 100. Oh, Pudgy Penguins, guys. Pudgy Penguins up 9 spots there after doing a 34.9% rally. Good Lord. Did you guys see my X post today? Where I was talking, where I did my little, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen. It's pretty funny. We'll talk about it later. But let's jump in here and take a look at what else we're seeing here, guys. We do have CoinBeats, Crypto School. Shout out to him on X. Bitcoin current price. It was at $94,000 when he did this 6 hours ago. So like I said, we're at 97,000 right now. So we're looking good there. Longs versus short ratio. This is why I like his stuff here. Let me bring this in, click more. And then let's go and let's bring that up. So this data that he puts out is pretty freaking good. It shows the longs versus short on exchanges right now. Guys, 67.7% of all trades on Binance right now are longs versus 33%. So about 2/3 long, 1/3 short. Looking at Bybit official, they're at 57% as other trades are long, 43% are short. And then OKX, 65%, we'll call it, versus 35% longs versus shorts. So a lot of people right now are longing more than shorting. So keep that in mind. When everyone's moving one direction, sometimes you get a squeeze and it knocks it out and goes the other direction. So be very careful with that. But I just wanted to point that one out. And then what else we have over here on my data? Shout out to Rec Capital on this one. Bull market progress, guys. We are 62% of the way into the bull market if we have a traditional cycle. The last video I just did talked about that we may not be on a traditional cycle anymore. Looking at where we hit traditionally at the golden pocket, that this could be a indication of Q1 topping, and that we've already topped possibly, but there's also a bullish scenario. So go check out that video that we just did this week. But yeah, 62% of the way through the bull market. And then I want to talk about this one. This one's a big one here. Come back here, sir. Hey, can you mute Mr. Typey Type there? Your microphone's picking up all that sound.
Yep. All right.
So Michael Saylor is going all in, according to the BC letter. MicroStrategy MSTR just said that they want to raise the authorized share count for MicroStrategies by 10 billion. They want to raise the amount of shares by 10 billion. They currently have 330 million shares outstanding, meaning this could increase their share count by 3,000. What does this mean? Let us explain. Here's the filing that MicroStrategy just made for the SEC, okay? Total share would rise from 330 million to 10.33 billion shares. Many are calling this dilutive, while others are saying this is the start of a major run for MicroStrategy. Let's break it all down here. First, MicroStrategy's 2021 plan was that was announced on October 2024 is a crucial part of why they're doing this. The plan is to raise $42 billion by 2027 to finance more Bitcoin purchases. It has since achieved that goal, now holding 444,262 Bitcoin, worth about $41.8 billion. So the bullish argument is that this proposal allows MicroStrategy the ability to issue more shares in the future. This proposal will allow 10 billion shares to be issued, but this does not mean that 10 billion shares are going to come all at once. Currently, MicroStrategy is capped at 330 million shares with 225 million outstanding. A 10-to-1 stock split would bring the share count to 3.3 billion. So we could be looking at a whole lot more of those stock splits going on there. Why do you need the ability to do this? Because it's their entire business model. Borrow through 0% convertible notes, buy Bitcoin, drive price higher, sell new shares at premium, buy more Bitcoin, repeat. Bears will say this is unsustainable. The bearish argument is that issuing more shares would dilute the value of the shares that the shareholders currently have. In an already levered Bitcoin play, MicroStrategy is adding dilution and the ability to raise much more debt. Bears say this company itself is built on unsustainable debt. Well, welcome to America. So is our country. After all, the company has negative net income, losing $340 million during quarter three 2024. The company did, but they weren't able to show the valuation increase of their Bitcoin because before December 15th, you could not do that until you sold your Bitcoin, and they don't sell the Bitcoin. New FASB filings and accounting rules now allow them to show their gains without selling their Bitcoin when Bitcoin goes up. So we could see a situation where that easily gets erased. And it looks like they went from a negative $340 million loss to a massive, massive gain. That is a very likely impossible thing there. So, however, the bulls will say that the recent run in MicroStrategy stock has nothing to do with the underlying business. The underlying business has effectively been a linear decline for a decade. MicroStrategy is no longer a business. It's a levered proxy on Bitcoin. And it is worth noting that many large companies have north of 10 billion shares outstanding. So MicroStrategy's wanting to do that would just put them in line with other major NASDAQ companies, guys. I just wanted to break that all down for you. Let's jump over, take a look at liquidations in the past 24 hours. 89,303 traders were liquidated. The total liquidations coming in at $255.2 million. Largest single liquidation was on XBT USD on BitMEX. It was $3 million liquidation. Guys, you can see all these red over here. All this red that is showing here, especially if you go like to 24 hour. If it's green, that means that longs were the majority of the liquidation. If it's red, that means that shorts were a majority of the liquidation. So you can see just about even on the liquidations for Bitcoin for longs versus short, but everything else, everyone was trying to short the altcoins, and they got a little squeeze going on there. Looking at the economic data here today, let's put this on a 2. There we go. And today we have oil stock change, nothing major there. Thursday, nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas. Wednesday, hump day Christmas, right? Thursday, we get initial jobless claims. That's a weekly report that comes out. Looks like it's going to be down on the consensus, maybe higher on the forecast. Flip a coin on that one. And then Friday, we're going to get the goods trade balance, and the retail inventory home prices and stuff like that. So, and then next week, guys, we go into the new year and we start all over again with a January FOMC. Again, that Dow looks like it's down right now about 0.07%. S&P is up about 0.25%. NASDAQ up about 0.4% there. And the 10-year is continuing to pump, guys. 10-year is going to hit 5%, I do believe. And if it does, that's not a good thing because it's going to send that 3-month 10-year into a massive, massive swing. And that typically does lead to recession. So keep that in mind. That 10-year versus the 3-month, the higher that this 10-year gets and the closer it gets to 5, the more likely we're going to have a pretty hard recession sometime in 2025. So Bitcoin law could spur altcoin rally with a $90,000 range considered an attractive buying area. I just want you guys to know that. We're going to look at the chart in a second. $90,000. Write that down. And then this one here is the one that we're talking about. Bitcoin, $178,000 target in sight. Analyst highlights Bollinger Band retest that mirrors January 2024 rally. Mirroring the January 2024 rally. It's actually mirroring the 2021 rally. We're going to look at all of that. Let's jump back over to the OC guy. You can go ahead and unmute yourself now, good sir. Typey on the space station. Your microphone does not have any sound suppression, just so you know.
Got it. I mean, it seems to be turned on, but it seems not to be reacting to it. Yeah, like sound always is the issue. But yeah, I mean, you know what? When you were starting to read through the article, I was even thinking on the dilution, right? In my head, it's like, you know what? This is gonna be, what is it, just pumping up? When the prices of the shares should be diluted, right? But again, I mean, and the article calls it back to it, it is that they're referring to the price of Bitcoin and not themselves. So as long as I would say that they're below the shares that they already have purchased, and I think they're programming for future purchases, right? That's why they got enough shares to do that.
Yep.
They could be even splitting exactly. I mean, as much Bitcoin they get, as more shares they can increment, and then just stabilize their share price per amount of Bitcoin that they get, right? So I think that was a
Yep.
pretty good move, to be honest.
Yeah, and it would
And
put them right in line with other major companies too. They just joined the Nasdaq. There's a possibility they could be joining the S&P. And so if you look at that data, what they're competing against, who their peers are at this point, it's not uncommon for a company to have 10 billion shares. So I don't think it's a crazy thing. People just see them going from 330 million to 10 billion. And so they go, oh my God, that's a big jump. Well, so is going from not being on the NASDAQ 100 to being on the NASDAQ 100, and even more so with the S&P 500. So I don't think it's that crazy. The one thing I will point out is that what this does, and a lot of people don't realize this, is that in order for major institutions, regulated institutions, to do options calls, they typically have to do it in 100,000 share increments. That costs a lot of money, especially if you're considering like a stock is $100 times 100,000, right? That's a lot of money that they got to put into that. If you've got a dilution that brings the price down, and this happened when they went from that 10-to-1 split that they did, it made it a lot easier for institutions to be able to do the 100,000 minimum that they have to do on options calls at the institutional level. And so the cheaper it is, for them to do 100,000 share blocks of calls, right? Contracts, I will say, not shares, contracts. So that will make it much cheaper for them to do that also. It does give a nice inflow of money to come in. Let's go check out the chat and see what we got over here. Did you see anything in the chat while we were away? What is hyper liquid anyway? That is a great question. Pudgy Penguins, Eric Wallace said he bought some. Are saying good morning to you. All right. All right. Let's go check that Bitcoin chart out. And guys, I want to show you the where we are right now. And then we're going to talk about the levels that I'm watching on this Bollinger Band. And I'll show you what the pictures earlier. Let's jump over here. Let me get this off. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. All right. To the charts. To the charts, Batman. All right. So here we go, guys. This is the levels that we put out earlier, like a while ago. Last week sometime we gave this to our members because that's what they do. They're members in our Discord for a reason, so we give them to them. There we go. Perfect. Let's bring that over a little bit. So we were coming down yesterday. We broke the no shit hold this level. We were heading down to the well crap it didn't hold level. And I said yesterday, where are we at? Monday morning right here. I said, guys, I think we're going to come down and find a double bottom here on the well crap it didn't hold level. If we get that, hopefully we can get a bounce back up. We are back up into our resistance zone, back above the no shit hold this level. And right now, guys, you can see, shout out to Alex O Crypto, because there's our clipping. And then we had two attempts here with Bollinger Bands. He loves the strategy where he likes to get in on a Bollinger Band after a True 7 clip. And we did have a little push up, came down lower, second time to go here, getting that move up. But we still haven't even transitioned. We're in transition color here on the oscillator ribbon. That's that peach color. But we haven't actually gone into, look, there's another clip right there too. Clip and Bollinger Band. There you go. So it did play out that way. We're in a transition color here, and it hasn't even gone to green yet, which means we could see higher moves. One thing that I'm watching here is the volume is coming up, but we're still not seeing the money flow come up. It is going flat. It is flattening out, but I need to see this money flow come up for this rally to be sustained, in my opinion. But that's what I'm seeing right now on this Bitcoin chart. I am going to go over and talk about Bollinger Bands in a minute, but I'd love to hear what OC has on his chart and what he's got to say about what he's currently seeing on Bitcoin. OC, over to you and your charts, bro. You ready?
Absolutely ready. So let's get started with daily at this point. Daily, it's been kind of like a just stopping falling here. It's pretty good. I mean, we need to acknowledge that, right? It stopped really at our area of support right here. And what I've seen is that we're making that higher, right? So we have this trend line going on. If I just take this out, just to compensate for grab as many candles as I can or as many weeks as I can, well, then you also can see that we are pretty much on that same trend, right? Let's go a little bit farther into the time frame. Something important to note it is that on the oscillator on the daily, we are almost about to make a creative flip of the ribbon. Let's just go back and watch it because that is important. We're about to create a flip of the ribbon. We already have some bright areas right down here. So, I mean, can we still go lower? Yes, absolutely. But I will say that that will be unprobable, right? Not impossible, just unprobable, right? Look at how our prime score is pretty high. We're still on pump. So that gives me a great feeling for this upcoming, or I mean, whatever is rest for December. Let's go to the 4 hour really quick and let's just see our levels in here. At this point, we already have a higher low as we already have seen on the daily. There we go. It's a little bit less of a, let me just move this out of the way. Perfect. Less aggressive move, but still a higher low in here, and we're breaking previous highs, right? So yeah, they're local highs, absolutely. And right now, as I was expecting, this was supposed to be my dynamic reactor, so it moves just a little bit less aggressive of what I was expecting. We're getting to it at this point, and that is okay. We need to make sure that we are breaking through, and seems like we might be doing it because we have two bullish divergences here and also a reversal up. So we still do not need to take these things for granted until we see it. We still have this big body candle movement. That is a great indication that most likely we're going to have one more candle breakthrough. And then, of course, it's not about the breakout. It's about your retest. And then off we go. I would say that at this point, the main enemy to overcome, we'll say it is dynamic reactor to turn back into the bullish mode, and that will bring us up to the end of the year to have maybe a rally. And let's just bring up my indicators here really quick, and I would say that we have pretty much freeway all the way back to 100k. Do I think that we're gonna get there? Not without fighting. We do still have a couple of other stuff, and here's my VPVR. Let me just change it a little bit here, just grab a little more definition in it. So I'm going to be changing the bars, liquidity zones. It is on my VPVR. Give me guys 1 second here. I don't know why I'm not seeing it, but the point is that we do have a resistance along this area right here, and that's because I already have seen that, and also we can appreciate it right here and right there. So we need to be a little bit careful on this up next movement. But other than that, this is looking pretty good. Once again, I will be waiting for the break through the zero line. Other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Shout out to Adam D in the house. He said, Merry Christmas to the Army, dude. Hey, Merry Christmas to you too. And then Melissa's in here. Melissa S dropping in with us. We got Crypto Farmer 24. Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. Shout out to everybody that's just joining us. Conspiracy Crypto. What's up, fam? What's up with you, man? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the Morning Market Report on Piper Academy. If you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you guys smash that like. It helps us out immensely here on the algo, and we are working very hard to make this the #1 network in the space for crypto, guys. Crypto markets, everything. We got 5 live shows here daily on this channel, so if you guys have not checked it all out, make sure you do. All right, OC, let's talk about Bollinger Bands, because I already showed you that headline. They're talking about 178,000. I'll show you what their chart says on their article here in a minute, but I want to jump over here with you and let's take a look at this picture. Oh, you're not even on here. I need to bring OC on. OC and his new camera setup. Where are you? Right there? Is that you? Is that the OC guy? That's the OC guy. And you're way, way big. We need to bring you down. Bring you down the sides a little bit, zoom you in a little bit. We did not prep for this one at all. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. So looking at this, guys, what we're seeing here is this is a double bottom, which we just talked about, right? And we're talking about the Bollinger Band. That's that green line running on there. Oh, see, you want to know something funny about this picture?
What is it fun about it?
That is 2021. Here is 2024, and we're getting another bounce on the Bollinger Band with the double bottom. Let's jump over to this chart and let's take a look at this, and let's just go back in time. Let's go back in time to that period that it happened back in 2021. Let's go. But there we go. Bring it back into play. And there is where it was in 2021, about a month later now in the cycle than where we are currently. So this was in January 2021, which would be the equivalent of January 2025, December 2024. Right now, right? That's where we are. Double bottom on Bollinger Band, and then we had this rally all the way up. Pretty much had a couple of pullbacks, but pretty much a direct shot. I mean, we did have a pullback there of 16%, but those are healthy corrections, right? So, guys, when we look at the Bollinger Band, when they said that, I was like, well, let's go check the Bollinger Band. What are we looking like right now? We're looking a lot like that same period of time back in 2021. Can I get to there? Thank you. There we go. And that is what we're seeing now. Double bottom on the Bollinger Band and around the same window of time. I'm going to jump over to my chart and I want to talk about, well, actually, let's jump over to the article first. We'll talk about this article and show their Bollinger Band. But I've got mine set on a little bit different time frame. So can I get rid of all of these? Sure. Yeah, go away. Thank you very much. So Bitcoin has been on a correction path since it reached its new all-time high of $108,000 on December 17th, my birthday gift to me. Notably, this correction has seen the leading cryptocurrency decline by about 10% up until the time of writing and even breaking below $93,000 for a very short period. This notable decline has seen Bitcoin retesting the Bollinger Bands, and technical analysis suggests that a bounce from here could reach a target of about $178,000. Bitcoin retest monthly upper Bollinger Band. So they're looking at monthly on the Bollinger Band here. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let's jump back over to the chart. And let's put these Bollinger Bands on the monthly and just show what they're saying here. Let's bring that up here. Bollinger Band. And let's do a monthly. That's the weekly. There we go. So if you look at this on the monthly, guys, right now, bring this into play. There we go. We broke below the monthly top and we have now pulled back to it. Let's bring this to like a weekly and see how that looks. There you go. You can see that we're retesting. This won't go until the monthly closes, just so you know. That's why it's cutting short. But it would be somewhere in this place right in here. So we are retesting the top of that. And according to that article, they're saying that that support there on the top could give us a resurgence to even higher levels. You can see right there is their snapshot that they're doing of this monthly. Historical echoes, January 2024's 86% rally. I think they mean, again, January 2021, but I guess it did it also in January 2024, but January 2021 definitely looks like it does now. Severino's analysis draws parallels between the current price movement and Bitcoin's behavior earlier in 2024. He noted that in January 2024, a similar retest of the monthly upper Bollinger Band preceded an 86% rally. At that time, Bitcoin was trading near $46,000. However, January saw a brief correction with Bitcoin's price dropping to $40,000 to test that upper Bollinger Band. The test acted as a launch pad, and it continued on to surpass that $70,000 all-time high. So if Bitcoin were to replicate this 86% rally at this point, it could soar to approximately $178,000, with which Severino noted aligns with the upper range of his target zone in another analysis. So let's jump back over here to the chart. Let's take a look at what he's seeing there, January 2024. That would be right here. Nope, that would be right in here where it tested this and did this rally. So this is the rally that they're talking about for the pullback to the upper monthly Bollinger Band before it rallied there. And then again, as I showed you on the previews back in 2021, January on the daily, we tested the bottom here on this side, which is a double bottom, very similar to what we are seeing here. So very interesting to see this on the Bollinger Bands 4 years ago, almost to the month, and then looking at the chart that we're seeing where we're testing that top again here of the monthly Bollinger Band. So could we be looking at an 86% movement off of this repeat pattern again, OC, where we get this monthly bounce off of this? January comes along, January 20th, right around the corner. We know what happens that day. Trump takes office. Could we be setting up for an 86% move? Is $178,000 in play? OC, your thoughts?
Oh man, at this point, I would say anything goes. Anything goes, especially because I mean we have a very bullish movement right before Christmas. We've been seeing another little push at this point. I would say that if everything prepares for it, when Donald Trump gets to the office, and is going to be implementing, especially the crypto, his crypto perspective, let's just call it like that, into the laws or the American government. I think that will be very, very bullish, and that could create that snowball effect to the upside, right? So would say everything goes or anything goes at this point. $500,000 Bitcoin, baby. Let's go.
You and your hopium numbers, man. Shout out to Alex O Crypto and the entire mother effing Otter gang. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys came in here swinging hard. I'm telling you, I love it. Shout out to the Otter gang, 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 gang. Yes, I stand in the shower and say gang, gang, gang. As Alex O called someone out on his show. Bobby Yes is in the house. We got Mark Dutch in here. Join the Piper Academy Discord. Yes, do what Mark Dutch said. Dutchy said so. Kula is in the house with us. Mike Play. We got Buck in here. Crypto Ben is in the house with us, man. And then Alex, Crypto, my dude, bringing in clutch. All right, so we got that one look that we took there on the local time frame. We looked at these Bollinger Bands daily and monthly. They're both looking pretty bullish, also. But I do want people to know a couple of things before they get all hopium based here. We are running into the top of my resistance zone, which is going to be the point of control. Be aware of that. That level is coming in at about 98,500, 98,466 to be exact. So be careful of that. We do need to get above that level in order to prove bullish. The other thing that I want to point out, though, guys, we could really set up either a history change, a break of history goes on here, or we have a situation where we have a massive rally between now and the 31st of the month, because I want to talk about Bitcoin's monthly returns here. If we go back and we look here on Bitcoin monthly returns, there we go. We can go back. We can't go to 2012, which would be the equivalent of where we are right now in 2024. Okay, so we can't go back there and look, but we can look at 2016. That would be in line with the 4-year cycle there. We had a December that was up 30.8% after a green November. Let's go to 2020. It was up 46.9% after a green November. Go to 2024. Right now, we had a 37.29% November, but guys, we're only up 0.43%. We were actually red this morning when I woke up. It is now green. If we are to get even close, we're just going to run like on the low side here and go, okay, 30%. We would have to have a massive rally take place in the next week in order for this to be a normal green December, or we would have to at least hold the level that we're at right now to have a green December. Anything other than that, anything other than holding this current level or getting a good pump into December 31st would set December to be a red month, which would be a first time going on here, looking at what we had in historically in December's at this point of the cycle. Let me go over here to the chart. And I just want to clarify that. I want to verify that data because I don't want to just give you willy-nilly. Let's go back and look at 2012 on the index. I'm on the index. Perfect. All right, let's go back here and let's look at 2012 December and see how that looked. That is the 13th. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go look at December 2012. Yeah, it was a green month. It wasn't a huge month, but it was definitely a green month. So we have always had a green December following a green November at this point of the cycle. So we got to keep an eye on that. We should and could possibly get a really good rally over the next week, especially off of this monthly Bollinger Band. That gives us that upside movement. But again, we've got to get through some key resistance levels in order to get there, and that resistance is going to be hard. One thing that I'm watching closely, guys, is my Piper Sniper kit here. Custom designed for me with my specifications so that I can see what is going on in the markets on a lower time frame, higher time frame. This is my screener and my fib levels. These are auto printed on here if you guys don't know. Look, bottom, platinum pocket. That is the 887, not on typical fibs. It's on mine, and you don't even have to draw them. It does it for you. We got a great bounce on that. That would have been an entry because you typically get bounces in platinum pockets. Look there, that one all the way to the upside. That one all the way to the upside. Rejected on another fib. Here, we are coming back in and fighting the golden pocket right now. What I am watching on my Piper Sniper kit is this block over here. This is the 1 hour with my target lock and target hold. Everything is still red. Why? Because we're still sitting below all of our quantum reactors. On the 1 hour, we are still very, very bearish. That is going to be the first thing that starts to turn and flip green. That tells me all of these assets, Bitcoin, Chainlink, MicroStrategies, Caspa, Ethereum, Cardano, like all of these are being monitored all at once. And when these start to pop green, it's going to tell me that on the 1 hour, we are setting up for a 4-hour bullish continuation. So when I watch this here, I'm just going to set my alerts on this. I've got it already set up. I go down here, bullish hold and lock, bearish hold and lock. When these flip bullish here on this on the 1 hour, they will send me all the alerts. I know then at that point, go in, check my 4 hours. So we do have some good screening going on here. I'm going to be watching this stuff over the holidays, opening Christmas gifts, drinking eggnog, spending time with family, watching charts. That's what we do in this business. So OC, what else are you watching right now? Is there any? I'm not bullish on Caspa Retro Mike Tech. Sit back down in the back of the class and pay attention. I'm just telling you, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Man, this guy always interrupted class. He pays all this money for tuition at this academy just to interrupt the professor with his outburst up against Caspa. No room for activists in here. No activist in this classroom. OC, what do you got on your chart, man, that you're watching right now? You watching any altcoins? Because I think alts are going to be looking really juicy here too.
Oh man, absolutely. Looking at Turbo, Turbo had a little bit of a retracement here. Nonetheless, it's been behaving way much better than other cryptocurrencies, like in this area. Just as Piper mentioned, we're running to a resistance. Remember on Bitcoin, we're running into not only a big area of resistance here of retail, which usually indicates ranging, but also into the dynamic reactor. We're also below the zero line in here, so that is to be worried. Remember, I am expecting a breakthrough. That doesn't guarantee it, right? Talking about this one, well, Twitter boys already have broken through that zero line. I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. Something other than some other things that I'm looking at for some reason today. My coffee's not working, neither my thumb. My thumb. So basically, here I'm seeing the money flow slowly reaching up in here, right? But we are into a resistance area. Let me clear this up. The only thing I'm going to be redrawing is going to be my resistance area. So let's just do that little box. And this was it, or somewhere around those zones. I'll adjust it as we go. Other than that, we are almost hitting at the top of the oscillator. That we need to be a little bit worried here or careful. Why? Because if we retrace here and we do not see that burst of money coming in, well, then most likely we could be losing the previous trending here. I would say that that would not be the case, and that is because we have a pretty good trend line here going on from a rising wedge that played out all the way back down there. So it's not about the breakout. I would say it's about the retest, and maybe if Bitcoin also breaks through, we're going to be seeing a movement up. This is important. Why or why am I looking at Turbo? Because it is a meme coin, and I could be looking at a 25% movement just by this itty bitty tiny movement, right? That means that if I'm using 10x, I will be looking at the best case scenario of 255% wins. We still need to be a little bit careful here. But still, I'm going to set up my alert right down here. Why? Because I want to catch the retest. And also, I'm going to be setting this alert, which was previously high up. I'm going to be putting it up here. And this is just in case we start not bouncing, but instead breaking through, right? So if I start breaking through, I will be looking for the retracement up here. And still, I'm going to be aiming, look at that, for a much easier gain here, or movement here at around 29% movement. Guys, still, we're bearish, all right? We're bearish turning bullish. We'll see if we can hold that bullishness. And if we do, well, then it seems like we're going to be having a pretty good Christmas. That's what I'm looking on the meme coin. Other than that, I also want to take a look at really quick at Ethereum. Ethereum also seems to be playing out very nicely. Something that it worries me is that we have not yet been taken this area up here, which is the previous high. I do see an inverse head and shoulder, but the cricket line is not cricket upwards, just cricket downwards. That is not too cool, although we're having a breakout, right? We still go higher, yes. But I mean, it kind of like appears with the dynamic reactor. So far for Ethereum, I'm not looking for a breakout, but yes, a movement that could be leading to the dynamic reactor retracement back, and then if we can hold the zero line right here, off we go at this point. So Ethereum might be another next week played out if it plays correctly, or if we have a burst of price action through that dynamic reactor. Other than that, those are the two ones that I'm keeping my eye on. So turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat right now, man. I appreciate you all being here. If you guys don't know, we're giving away 10 NFT books for the entire set of NFTs from Billy Goat Tales. It's the chapter 1 through 10, which has 3 chapters in each. It's 170 it total. Or no, 30 chapters total, 170 speakers, and you can actually read the book. It's an NFT. It's a utility book with use. That is the NFT. But we're giving away all 10 of them in the first week of January. So if you guys were not aware of that, all you got to do, be a YouTube member, click join, or join our WAP and Discord and get trade calls, subscription shares, all kinds of stuff. But we're going to be giving away all of those at the first of the year. So if you guys are not in that group, please check it out. It's a minimum $250 value because of what it would have cost to mint 1 through 10. And you don't even get 1 through 10 when if you minted 10 books, you would get random books. So even the rare chapter 9 is in there. So book 9. But let's jump over and check out what I'm seeing here on Solana, because we made a couple of calls on this, one last week and then one this week also. And what we were looking at was last week, I called a short on this from up here in the 3D trend. Yeah, another thing coming at the first of the year there, the 3D trend, guys. And we also were getting a rejection on the dynamic reactor. I said, this is my zone that I'm looking for. It's going to be my golden pocket 0.66 is the value area low down here. And yeah, it went pretty much straight down there to that level, got a bounce, came back up. Didn't quite make it to the 3D trend, but I said, guys, I think we're going to rebound to this. That was the call I made this week. Watch for a return down here to the support level. We have pretty much just set in that level as support this whole time, and now we're getting a rally back up. Be aware, sitting at about 201, 201 to 202, we are back into the 3D trend, 786. Very strong resistance was previous support here. Now it's going to be pretty decent resistance. Matter of fact, if we go over and we take a look, that starts into the fixed range volume node also. So we do have a little work that Solana is going to have to do to get above there, but watch for that. If we get a rejection around that 202 level, guys, watch for a pullback down to this level again. But this level has been a great accumulation level for Solana thus far. So I think that's unless you got some other alts you want to look at, I think we can let people go spend time with their family on Christmas Eve. We'll wrap this up. You want to show anything else? You got anything else in your charts, OC?
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to do one of my calls in here. I'm going to be also uploading it into the Piper Academy. This one's going to be taking a little bit. This is, of course, a little bit dangerous. And this is on OM. OM has been in forever ranging here, but finally, we are at the bottom of the range or at bouncing areas right here. It seems like we already are doing the flip of the ribbon, and we continue moving upwards here. I do also see bullish money flow. This is on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour just to finalize the possible entry here, and let's also adjust my lining here like this. Perfect. And we are breaking through, piercing through the zero line. Have we be piercing here? Not just yet. So our entry, it is at this point right now with risk, or at the breakout retest and then taking profits all the way up here. So guys, you pick you do you. At this point, I'm gonna be aiming for a retracement entry. My stop loss is gonna be at this area at 3.45, and I'm gonna be aiming somewhere around. Let's just call it a little bit less in here at 4.45. I think there's a real chance that we can make it, but only if we can confirm this retest. So once again, I will be looking for that retest entry at this point. I'm going to be setting my alert at 3.94. Other than that, that's all I got, Piper. And yeah, I think let's go and enjoy Christmas Eve.
I had a couple of things that I got to show on X
Oh,
marks the spot real fast, and then we'll do that. This is from the Kabisi letter, guys. Reasons to be bullish. Here's some Christmas hopium for you, brought to you by Santa Claus. Breaking news, there is now a 77% chance that at least one Magnificent Seven company is buying Bitcoin in 2025. The odds of a Magnificent Seven company buying Bitcoin before 2026 have jumped from 49% to 77%, according to Kalshi. So there's some news there for you. And then this one here, this is fantastic. You guys are going to love this. You guys remember stimulus checks? COVID-19, we got our stimmies, right? The IRS is sending up to $1,400 to 1 million tax filers who qualified for pandemic stimulus checks in 2021, but did not claim them. Pandemic stimulus is still being paid out. I had to share that one with you guys. And then lastly, here you go. Bitcoin Magazine right now has a video. This is live right now. Still going on. It's a broadcast. It's live with 1.4 million views. I want to show you guys what this is. This is a $125,000 Bitcoin watch party that's been going on for 24 hours now, 22 hours now. What do they know that we don't know? Or why are people getting stimulus checks? And which companies in the Magnificent Seven are buying Bitcoin? All these questions and more answered when we come back this week after Christmas. That's going to be Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. There you go. Guys, just some stuff I wanted to share there that I saw on X. I saved it in my bookmarks, and I was like, why is there a $125,000 watch party going on? What do they know that I don't know? And remember, it started 22 hours ago, so they caught that move. OC, any thoughts on that? And what do you got for the people as we head into the holiday with our families, man?
oh man, I'm with that little meme that I have on my screen here. It is like, wait, do you guys get paid for pandemic stimulus? Really? But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty happy for you guys. It's pretty good, and I mean, I think at this point it's time to reflection, right? Introspection. That will get you far away. Remember to look for where are you good at, but also where are you bad at, and then how you correct your mistakes, and also maybe your weak link, right? Other than that, I mean, I want to share a love message because if you were not able to achieve your dreams this year, we still have one more. And thanks God, or whatever you believe in, right? You still got one more year up coming up front of you. Make the most out of it. And I mean, I appreciate every single moment. I believe that for this last couple of years, I've been doing that, especially since I joined crypto. Was it painful? Yes, it was. But now that I have found myself in a strategy and I'm doing great, I think this has come into a dream. And thank you also, Piper, for the opportunity of being in Piper Academy. Building this from scratch has
Of
been
course.
amazing. Also, shout out to Chart Prime that allowed me to, follow up my dream of being a teacher. So, and do what I want and what I like. And guys, also thank you every single of you guys with the bottom of my heart, because you guys enable me to do whatever I like, however I like, and have you support. Because without you guys, I'm just basically one more dude in the planet, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you guys make my life just that much more lovely.
Awesome, bro. Pleasure to have you on with me, OC. Thanks for joining me today. Guys out there, if you're watching this, wherever you are, enjoy your Christmas with your families. Don't stare at the charts too much. Bitcoin's gonna do what Bitcoin's gonna do. And it's about time in the market. So I may have sold a little bit of altcoins earlier in the year, moved it into Bitcoin, but we live with our choices, and now we're looking at making more over the holidays. Will we get that $125,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year? Will we get that $178,000 and beyond? All of that is just it's all speculation. What's not speculation is the community that we have here. I love all of you guys. Have a Merry Christmas, and we will catch you guys back here Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m., starting it all over. 5 shows on Thursday, guys. Until then, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management, guys. Merry Christmas. Have a good one.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling up the wheels follow. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, former Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling up the wheels follow. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
We're redirecting.
Awesome,
Go to the
dude.
front.